What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel, FBS BBQ Review, where we try it before you buy it. Today, we are making a sweet heat honey pecan pork butt. This is a beautiful pork butt. This is what the trimmed up product I have there. I just took away some of the connective tissue, and that part right there is the money muscle. You're going to see at the end of the video, I really focus on that. That's what some of these competition guys have. It's their pride and joy. It's the money muscle. It's one of the best bites on the pulled pork. Also wanted to show the products I'm using today from Butcher BBQ is that honey rub as well as the pork injection. I just picked that stuff up from I online order from Owens Barbecue, and again just wanted to replay that video to help you focus on looking at all that marbling, those white ribbons of fat. The other seasonings we're using today are that Be Extreme Devil Dust and Simply Marvelous. That's actually my pecan. I just repurposed my cherry seasoning. So this is a honey pecan pork butt. It's a Prairie Fresh pork butt. This is a bone-in pork shoulder, also known as Boston butt. And I picked it up at my local Walmart and just wanted to show you guys what it looks like when I trim it up. I just like to do that because after you get it all cooked out, sometimes you got to pick through the meat to get the chunks of chewing, unpleasant bites, chewing inedible pieces of the pork. And I used that pork injection from Butcher BBQ, and man, that stuff tastes good by itself. And it really enhances the flavor of your pork. I injected it. I let it sit for about 2.5 hours with that injection there. Kept it in the fridge, and that's what it looked like after. I didn't do any kind of a smear because you see how moist that pork is. I did just season right over the top of it. I knew that that rub was going to stick to. I did a layer of that devil's dust followed by the pecan rub and the honey rub on top. You could see it just glistening there. And I want to thank my sponsors for this video. I'm always using the Good Charcoal. Thanks to the Good Charcoal Company for being my charcoal sponsor, and the MeatStick. Go to the meatstick.com to get yours today. I really think it's one of the best wireless thermometers out there. I've got both that and the meter. Both of these are really popular for the wireless thermometer industry that's going on in the barbecue world right now. It's super easy to create the cook. You just push that power button, and as soon as your phone gets that Bluetooth connection, you can set up your cook. It's got all different kinds of proteins, and there you can see I just pulled up the pork butt, and I wanted to do a pulled, and you can set any temperature you want. It'll alert you when it gets too hot in there, too cold. I actually have the extender, so that is actually the Wi-Fi boost that actually gets me unlimited range on it. And here's just me after I threw it on the grill there, inserted that thermometer. You got to insert it all the way for it to read. And this just sits, my smoker sits right out on my porch. And I've got that Wi-Fi bridge from the MeatStick, and I was able to even see how my pork was doing when I went to work. I put this on early in the morning, and this was actually part of a dual cook I was doing, ribs and this pork butt. And today's video, we are showing that pork shoulder that I'm cooking there. Both of these are Prairie Fresh Pork products. This is the spare ribs I did. If you want to go ahead and check out that link to the video, I'll drop in the description below, where I made those sweet as candy ribs. And look at the color I'm getting on that. I'm running the smoker at 275 degrees and using that good charcoal as well as some wood chunks. I was using some pecan wood to enhance the flavor of that pecan rub that I have on there. And you can just see the nice, rich red colors, the caramelization from some of the sugars in the rubs. When you're cooking that, it's nice to see it just kind of melt and creates that crust, the the beautiful layer that it's basically I call it meat candy, the little edge pieces where it's a little sweet, little salty, and you know it's going to be really good. And just kept showing different angles of it because this is about, I would say this is about the 4-hour mark, shortly before I wrapped it. And I just wanted to make sure you could see, literally, you're cooking for color. You're cooking for color in the sense that you want to know if you're going to wrap the pork that your rub is going to stick to the meat. Once you've gotten to that point, you can put it in tin foil, you can put it in butcher paper, you can put it in a foil pan with some apple juice. You can create the pork product that you want. You can have it be Mexican themed, it can be spicy, it can be sweet, it can be vinegary. This is some of the wood chunks I was using. Oh, I used cherry as well. I threw some of those cherry chunks on when I started the ribs, and sorry, a couple of these videos I've got to edit out here. But this is the pork butt when it was going to be wrapped. That's the color I got it to. Don't worry about it getting too dark. You can leave these things on unwrapped. The thing that tinfoil does is, one, it helps collect that meat juices, the cooking liquid that comes out of it, as well as help cook the meat faster. So essentially you create a really tight seal on the pork butt because you don't want it to steam. That steam will take off some of that rub that hasn't set. So the tighter you get it, the better your chances are that you're going to have that crust of your seasoning that's set on there. That's why I cook it to color, to make sure that it's not going to come off if I do get a little bit of steam in there, and two, just to make sure that with the better color I get on it, it just leads to a better end product. And all I did here when I went to wrap it, I did add some Tennessee Red Blues Hog for that vinegar, and you can see it's got a little jiggle to it. This is right after it was done. It finished at the 205 degrees there, and this is what it looked slid out of the wrap there. And I'm going to edit some of this out. I'll include some of the bloopers at the end of some of the video editing I was doing, and trying not to stop while I start recording just because my audio has a little bit of a lag from my microphone. But here I am it's still super hot. I mean, it's got to be at least 175 degrees. I've pick it up, drop it multiple times. I promise you it's tender, and I was just trying to do my best just to shake that meat off. It was literally so hot I kept letting it go, and I've burnt my fingertips enough doing this that I've got a pretty good sense and loss of sensation on my fingers, but that was smoking hot. And here it was still, because of how hot it was, I started to shred it. And the best pork product result, the end product of pulled pork, is letting your meat rest. I didn't do it here. My wife and family, we were hungry. We were ready to eat. That's about the only good thing for how hot this is. Literally, the steam coming off of it was too warm for my hands. And here's the money muscle. It came right off, and that's what Masters Competitions barbecue is looking for. That is the best bite. It's so juicy, so succulent, perfectly tender. It is all that you want out of pulled pork. That's my wife's finished pork plate, and that's that shredded pulled pork at the end. I made tacos with it. As long as you don't hurry up and throw barbecue sauce in there, you can do whatever you want with it. Here's some of the bloopers here. Of course, I'm just amateur hour doing that. And if you guys like today's video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this. Like you saw earlier in the video, my rib video just went out. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.